This is Innovate Africa, a series highlighting innovation and creativity across a continent that's on the rise. Today, how Africa is forging new paths in the world of entertainment. Puppets and politics, topical comedy on your smartphone.
What the bloody hell is going on here?
African superheroes on the rise in online gaming.
I just love it. I don't know why. I just love it.
It's virtually unlimited.
And a new music platform featuring award-winning African talent. Here in Africa, technology and the digital revolution are opening doors for homegrown talent. In today's program, we meet people who are taking African-inspired ideas and creativity to a global audience. I traveled to Ghana to meet a young man who's not only building a new industry, but putting African superheroes in the spotlight. The gaming industry is driven by sophisticated technology, billions of dollars, and more recently, the accessibility of mobile devices. Here in Ghana's capital city, Accra, a young company called Ley Arts has identified a new opportunity in game design by creating a uniquely African superhero universe.
So this is a villain. The gaming industry in the US is bigger than the movie and the music industry combined. The whole focus of the company is to fill in a vacuum in Africa, to pioneer the gaming industry in Africa. Welcome to the Ley Arts office. So that's the team. Let me just give you a quick tour. Kwame Akoto, he's the lead artist, and he brings our superheroes, like our visions, into sketch. We are trying to digitize African culture. Just bringing all these characters together to form a certain superhero caucus, like the Avengers. I was a geek when I was very young.
These are comics that we drew in the junior high school.
All I thought of was games, superheroes, how to make fantasy work.
This is sort of Zygos. So this was the first comic I made the game for.
I was always trying to do a copycat of a Western, like something that I see. That what got me thinking when I started growing up, that we could make cooler superheroes with African powers. This is actually the Africa's Legends video game, where it's like a fighting game.
Oh, so you would have a combination of sort of modern day fighter characters combined with the ancient ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. So we have people who are factual characters like Shaka, Anansi. So we have greedy presidents who are villains.
It's funny, Shaka Zulu's occupation is a police officer.
I read about Scandinavian mythology just because I love Thor in the Avengers. So I'm seeing people like looking at Anansi or Shaka Zulu, they'll be like, wow, this guy has really cool powers. Where did he come from? Then they can go and read on Wikipedia on Shaka Zulu and all that.
This guy is a villain, actually. He's from Somalia. He's a pirate, Somalian pirate. You know, Captain America was created at the time of war. People needed superheroes to cling to. So we also want to do that.
We want to see Batman giving a call to Anansi, hey, help me save the girls in Nigeria.
One of the lead characters of Africa's Legends is Anansi, based on a character from Ghanaian mythology.
We want him to be a boy, and Anansi is a god who is like an old man, has an old man look. It means the true spider, but Anansi means spider, so the true spider. And we know him as a trickster. Anansi did and this and this and that, so don't become Anansi. This is the game based on only Anansi. If you read the Anansi comic, you'll see that Anansi was tasked to capture the four most powerful forces on Earth.
Clever how you've actually taken what the myth and the story says and tied that into the game action.
So my goal is Python is lying down there. I have to pick up all my webs quick enough to tie him down. So if you go to the Play Store, just Google Africa's Legends and you see the app, this phone. Everyone has Angry Birds on their phones, just foreign games on their phones. So they do play games. People do play games, but they are not psyched to consume local content. This stage is quite difficult, so.
Is it quite difficult?
No, but then it's okay. We have to build those games to make people excited about it. You walk here and then you press here to jump. Yeah, I got it.
A key goal of the emerging gaming industry in Africa is skills sharing. Ley Arts' internship program is growing young gamers into designers and coders.
Kevin had an interesting story. He had a Nintendo DS. He doesn't have a computer, a laptop, but he had produced stories. And he did all that on the Nintendo DS. Use what you have at your disposal to achieve your goals.
He's done wonderful stuff. Like, he has a superhero universe of his own. Like, he writes stories, design characters, all this passion. I saw me, like when I was, imagination is just amazing.
And what is it that you like about the kind of storytelling and capturing of African stories that they're doing here at Ley?
African and that stuff mixed up. I really want to see what it will become. Like, because frankly, sometimes I'm not sure what to expect. But, I just love it. I don't know why. I just love it.
So we see this to be the future of Africa. We see the gaming industry to be the future of Africa. And we being pioneers, it's a strong thing for us. I want to be walking on the street and seeing a kid looking on a phone or an iPad doing this, and it's not any game, but an Anansi or a local game. That would be my greatest fulfillment.
Government control of the media has long been a feature of life in many parts of Africa. But today, information technology is offering new platforms where censorship can no longer stand in the way. In many parts of Africa, expressing opinions about governments and politicians is a risk. In Swaziland, a newspaper editor and a reporter have recently been jailed for criticizing the kingdom's chief justice. And in Ethiopia, bloggers have been arrested and accused of using social media to create instability in the country. But as access to the internet increases and information is more freely available, digital platforms are becoming soapboxes for thousands of young Africans. Buni Media is a company riding this wave. Buni means innovation in Swahili. They have created Africa's first video-on-demand platform. Buni TV is a web and mobile distribution platform for high-quality Pan-African videos. Young, politically aware mobile phone users now have access to material banned from broadcast. Content like the controversial XYZ show is now available to anyone with a mobile phone.
And tonight, a follow-up interview with the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces. And he's also the president of the people of Kenya. My real brother from another mother. My guy Kenyatta.
AKA.
Your badge says ICC. Come on, what's that?
What? No. In typing error. This should read as CIC, Commander-in-Chief.
Oh my goodness. Typing errors seem to follow you everywhere, sir. I hope they don't follow you to The Hague this week.
The XYZ show, produced by Buni at their studios in Nairobi, Kenya, is daring political satire, often forbidden across most of Africa.
Nema, you need to go lower. Guys, you need to go lower.
The show's aim is to provide an African audience with homegrown humor, playing on local issues featuring characters that they can relate to.
Threats, that's what's happening.
Well, we are dealing with the criminals very seriously. Indeed.
Oh, I hope so.
Indeed, the police are working hard to keep you safe, Kev.
But the police are shooting people dead. For example, in Nairobi, we have a shoot-to-kill order. My goodness.
You know, to be honest, Kev, let's be clear, Kev. Police are shooting suspects. You have to use the correct words.
We're here at the Go Down Arts Center, and I'll be speaking to the founders of the XYZ show and hopefully meeting some of their famous puppets too.
Hey, what the bloody hell is going on here? Where am I? Yeah, we simply ignored the area because it had no bloody arable land. Nothing personal. When we left...
Satirical shows like this one have been barred from the airwaves in many African countries. But the XYZ show bypasses the gatekeeping as it's freely available on any mobile device. It's also Africa's first political satire program featuring life-size latex puppets. Oh, so these are some of your character creations.
That's correct.
Gado Mwampemba is the most well-known newspaper cartoonist in East Africa. For years, his biting satire has provided political commentary and entertainment for an eager Kenyan audience. His cartoons were the inspiration for the XYZ show. So what is it about satire that appeals to you?
What satire does is that, you can discuss very serious issues easily, especially in these parts of the world where certain subjects, where certain leaders are off limits.
Yeah, I know Mark Bergola is hitting you guys over there, but what the hell am I supposed to do? We still don't have a cure.
You don't have a cure?
Plus, this ISIS thing is really kicking my
But I've
ass.
seen it work so well in the US, but it doesn't seem to work here. I don't know what's happening.
That was a fluke.
Oh, okay.
Something about genetics and such.
I see this one is Barack Obama, and obviously in the American system, they're very, very used to satire. It takes all kinds of different forms. But even within that system, people still get into hot water about how they represent their leaders and the things that they say.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to deal with a situation where others felt that perhaps you went too far?
We've had, threats, whereby you have had people, some politicians, threatening to take us to court. What we do is not about right and wrong. It's about provoking a debate. It's about discussing serious issues. And hopefully we can, make people think.
Which character did you work on and you really felt like this was your favorite?
Mugabe has always been fun to do, or as usual.
Provides plenty of content, I'm
plenty
sure.
of material.
Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe is a regular feature on the show. His multiple trips to Singapore for mystery medical checkups have often provided working material for XYZ.
I have these sharp pains that come every time I hear Changirai. Every time they mention the land issue and the MDC, I feel a sharp pain in my, a groin.
The Nigerian president?
Yes, good luck, Jonathan. Got a very good voice talent for Jonathan.
You see, back then I had no shoes. But check me out now. Strictly designer.
Oh, you know what they say about a man with big feet, Mr. President?
Yes, I do. Men with big feet should definitely run for a second term.
So, Emmanuel, you are the voice of the big Oga himself, President Goodluck Jonathan from Nigeria.
Yes.
How does it feel to be the voice of the president?
It's one of those things you... it's one of those things you probably get to do only once in your life, It's fun.
Now, Mr. President, I don't know if you've seen the XYZ show, but how do you feel about being the big Oga?
Personally, I enjoy it. My wife enjoys it as well. It's something that I genuinely look forward to.
Well,
Marie Laura Mungai is the co-founder of Buni TV.
I would say globally across Africa, there's really an explosion of the media space, of television, of online VOD. So it's a very exciting place to be. Definitely in an industry that's on the rise.
The XYZ show now has 10 million online viewers. When broadcasters refused to buy the show, it was Marie Laura Mungai who teamed up with Gado to get it out there without the help of traditional broadcast channels.
My idea was if broadcasters are not ready to pay for it in this market, we will finance it in a different way, and we'll go look for money from foundations and donors who might be interested in a show that will talk about corruption and democracy and governance. There's obviously the mobile explosion across Africa. That means that everybody has a cell phone. People now want content anywhere, at any time, on any device that they choose. We've done 10 seasons of the show, so we're on television, we're on radio, we're in buses, we've done DVDs, and obviously we're online on Buni TV as well.
Thank you for visiting our East to East Hotel, the best here at the coast. And we welcome you, friends from China. You are Mr. Lin, right?
Correct. That is me.
Nothing is off limits for XYZ. The massive influx of Chinese investment in Africa is a rich source of material.
We have Swahili salad and coconut juice, fresh from the coconut tree itself.
Coconut.
It's very tasting beautiful.
How much money?
Just 500 shillings, sir.
Hey, that is too much. Maybe you reduce a little for me. Give me the discount.
Then for you, sir, 450.
Oh, no. Still too much. Carry my own Chinese food. Look, I show you. I got the Chinese meal, got the noodle, got the sausages.
With the help of platforms like this one, in large parts of Africa, politics is fast rising up the agenda of young people who no longer feel the need to steer clear of sensitive political subjects. The increasing popularity of the XYZ show is a sign of a true continental shift.
La 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 la.
Hi, do you have any African music?
There's our African section.
Vinyl records may be prized collector's items, but some things from the vinyl era are best left in the past. It was a time when many African musicians were exploited by record companies and didn't receive the money or recognition they deserved. Musicians and composers were paid minimal fees, which often included the rights to their songs. But even in the new digital world of online content sharing and music downloads, many artists are still losing out. Piracy is getting in the way of African musicians being paid their due.
It's best to have something latest like this one.
A company called Spice is trying to change that.
So have a look, guys. This is the kind of thing that we're talking about. We need to try and create something like this for all our other artists as well.
Spice have just launched an app called Mzigi. Mzigi is a growing online collection of popular music that can be accessed via any mobile device. Once the user has signed up and created a profile, they can stream and listen to the music for free. The files are encrypted so that they cannot be used outside of the Mzigi construct. The app can share to Facebook, Twitter, email, SMS, and the URL can be copied so users can share their favorite tracks and artists.
See that hat? That's fine, but if you put Mzigi instead of that.
Arun Nagar is the CEO of Spice and the Mzigi project leader.
Mzigi is a service that is focused on African content. Spice, as a mobile value-added service company, at least in Africa, is primarily an entertainment value-added service company. Content is therefore the most important element of what we offer to the consumers. And within content, music surely is the largest piece.
You're quite in touch with how the current consumer likes to buy music, listen to music. How do you think that this has changed from, say, 10 years ago?
Consumption of music more and more is happening on digital platforms these days. What we believe is that streaming is going to be the biggest format in which people will consume music, even in Africa. People want music anytime, anywhere, using any device which is with them, phone, tablet, or even their own laptop. Services like Mziki, they offer that capability to the consumer because the content is actually stored in the cloud and it is not dependent on the capability of your device or the capacity of your device.
Listen, talk to me nicely.
There are no borders to an app, and the artist gets visibility across borders, not just within Africa, but even beyond that. Many of the artists, we have a direct relationship with them. Almost 800 artists are signed directly to our company. Piracy, as you already know, is fairly rampant across sub-Saharan Africa. The artists, they just console themselves that, fine, if 10,000 CDs of my song are getting distributed, at least my face, my name is spreading across, and then it helps them to become more and more popular when they want to do shows. But that's not the way it is supposed to be. They are supposed to be making money from every play of the song that they worked very hard to create.
Yes.
Okay? That, unfortunately, is not happening. So when you are downloading the song using Mziki app, it does not actually download to your device. It is downloading to the Mziki environment. It's an encrypted kind of data that has come to you, and it can only be played as long as your registration to Mziki app is valid.
One of Zigi's most popular artists is Diamond Platnumz, a bongo flavor or Tanzanian hip-hop artist. He's also the Mziki ambassador.
Thank you.
That was awesome. So Diamond, what do you think of the Tanzanian music scene at the moment?
Our music's starting to grow right now. It's doing good, honestly. Good. You know our music called bongo flavor?
Yes.
They like bongo flavor like nobody's business.
You're in South Africa tonight for the Channel O Awards. Can you tell us, are you nominated? What are you going to be doing at the awards?
Well, first of all, I have 4 nominations.
Ah, it's a big night for you.
I'm telling you.
Are you feeling nervous? How are you feeling about it?
I'm kind of nervous, I can't lie to you. But I'm so excited also, so I cannot wait because people have been voting for me and I believe in votes. So, you know, good thing about Africa, we got our own tune. So if we believe in ourselves, if we work hard, we can get there. And I believe we got our own taste. We got something that if anybody hear that, you feel it.
And a huge issue for musicians around the world, in Africa particularly, is piracy.
I won't lie to you. It's more painful when somebody download your song and send it to somebody else. So good thing about Mziki, if somebody download your music, you got no chance to send it to somebody else. So you have to go to Mziki first. You have to be registered on Mziki. You have to buy it from there.
Finally, with the arrival of Mziki, African artists may at last be able to keep control of the rights to the music they've made popular across the world. Next time on Innovate Africa, how African scientists are fast-tracking the continent's future, looking to the stars to improve lives on the ground.
Space in itself is an economic sector. The one who has information actually controls the future.
An African scientist manipulating cells with light.
Some of the work that I do in the lab turns science into science fiction.
And a new innovation to bring low-cost internet to the remotest parts of Africa. Next time on Innovate Africa.